Happy holidays and welcome back to the channel where I teach you how to play Valorant agents the correct way. And the holiday season can only mean we're playing one agent, Reyna. If you guys haven't heard of a YouTuber called Darkmain, he's basically a YouTuber who was around way before me and who I got a lot of my inspiration from, and he makes a lot of League of Legends videos, the same format that I do it in. And in two of his videos specifically, the How to Fiora video and the How to AP Nunu video, he has this very specific task, and that task is to save Christmas. Am I stealing content? Maybe. But all in all, I'm just trying to represent everyone and give everyone an equal chance to have their holiday saved. But there's a holiday that's been left out, and I think this holiday needs saving. Of course, I'm talking about Hanukkah. Quick disclaimer before we keep going, I am fully Jewish and I celebrate all the Jewish holidays, so any joke that is made throughout this video is in no way meant to be offensive. It's just supposed to be a funny video for everyone to laugh at and hopefully enjoy. So let's get right back. So to all my fellow Jews out there, fear not, because I am here to save Hanukkah. But this is going to be no easy feat, and there's only one way to do this. We need to collect souls just like Darkmain did in League of Legends. And we all know that the only agent to do this with is Reyna, because her ability literally allows her to collect souls. So let's get to it. Now the main question is, how many souls do we actually need? And the answer is 75. And if you're wondering why it's 75, it's because that's the number that I picked. So now let's begin. And the one rule that we have to follow is that a kill does not equal a soul. Only when consuming a soul by pressing E or Q does that mean that we have collected a soul. All you need to do is walk up, kill a man, kill his friend, and then just take the soul, and there's number one. Easy as that. If you guys didn't know, there's actually one candle for each of the 8 nights of Hanukkah, which you light every single night. Oh, there's another soul, there's number 2. But there's actually another one which makes 9. And if you didn't know, 75 actually is not divisible by 9, and I don't know why I picked 75, but we're sticking with it. And honestly, Hanukkah is a holiday of giving, so I give my teammate this kill for free. Reyna's ultimate ability allows her to increase the maximum souls she's allowed to get from 2 all the way up to 5 because your souls don't run out when you ult. So here we can pick up 2 and we see another person, so we can maximize the amount of souls we get by picking up a 3rd kill. Now Yoru thinks he can get this soul, but in reality he's just getting a lump of coal. Reyna's E is super useful to make sure you're getting out of situations clean. We can get this kill and E out of the way into the corner. Even though no enemies peek us, we can still make sure that none of them will. This Silva's death allows us to get all of our health back, where we can then use it to then move forward. We can then hit 2 nice shots and take out 2 more players before getting another one, which makes 3 on the round. As we move forward, we can see the Cypher in mid, take him out, take another orb to get out of the way. Yoru fakes a clone and we know he's in spawn, and all it takes now is just a little bit of aim and skill. Kill him and then take an orb to finish off the round. Now I feel it's about appropriate to take you guys on a history lesson about Hanukkah and its origin. The 8 days that Hanukkah lasts is a reference to the candles in the menorah only having enough oil for 1 day, but actually lasting a full 8 days and 8 nights. And this chamber represents all the doubters. I believe that was actually written in the book of Genesis, if I remember correctly. Let me go look. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Hanukkah was started when Reyna walked up to the menorah and saw the oil underneath of the menorah, waiting for the candles to be lit. And she, pressed E on her keyboard, as one does in ancient times, pulled it in, and suddenly the candles lit. And everyone was super confused and didn't know what happened, and everyone kind of assumed that this oil would only last for 1 night. But it wound up lasting 8 nights, and that is how the holiday of Hanukkah started. If you guys didn't know, Reyna is actually a religious figure and wasn't made for the game of Valorant. She was actually taken for the game Valorant from, religion as a religious figure. As we know, the Torah is a very important part of the Jewish religion, but the scroll is not our goal. Our goal is to get the soul. Hit and runs were actually super common during this time, and this is actually a perfect representation of what happened. It's a common misconception that the people during this time didn't have cars, which I don't really understand, but as you can see from this image, it's perfectly clear that they actually did have cars. One thing that we want to avoid is to E right into an enemy where we pop out and then they just kill us, because what the hell was the point of consuming a soul if we just die in the process? Anyway, so we can get 2 kills here and we can just secure 1 orb because there's no point in taking the other one because we already got our heal. As we push towards site, we can hear Chamber TP towards elbow, and our trip unfortunately gets us, but we can still take out Chamber. Now unfortunately we don't have a soul to consume, but we continue taking out enemies during this round, and we manage to secure yet another kill before finally finishing off the round. I'm pretty sure the correct term for this is brain damage because I just forgot to shoot the second guy. Eventually come to my senses and can take him out. Before another guy TPs, take a soul and easily secure another kill. Your ult can be super useful for weaving in and out of enemies without them realizing it. Unless, of course, you use it like this, which is completely dog shit and will get you killed every single time. I'm not gonna lie, I think this sage is a little confused because resurrection is not part of the Jewish religion. It's actually part of the Christian religion, which we are not talking about currently. But I might have to let it slide this one time just because that resurrection did allow me to secure an ace, or it might let us secure an ace. Let's see if I can actually finish off this Sova first, because I sometimes have problems finishing off aces, but of course I'm the best player ever. There was never a doubt in my mind that I'd get the ace. Now we're back in our classic spot, ace side, before we take out 2 kills before healing up with the soul, seeing another guy, killing him, Eing out of the way before seeing an Opera perched up on Ness. Now, since we're the best, we just wide swing him, one tap him dead before we can even shoot, because we're just better than him. And now we're looking for our second ace in 2 rounds. We know Jet's toward lobby, we see her head, aim, shoot, and that's a done deal. 2 aces, 2 rounds, 10 kills, easy. Honestly, I'm a little lost, I don't know what I'm aiming at, but we eventually come to our senses, see a guy, miss, unfortunately, but we can pick up the kill there. E out to make better positioning for ourselves before seeing another guy peek in A, kill him, heal up. Now we have the chamber in our sights. We can run up before trying to secure the 9th kill. And we whiff 1, we whiff 2, and our teammate finishes up for us. If you get into a fight with more than one person and you kill someone first, you can then E out as just like a safety measure to make sure that the enemy does not kill you. Now we're kind of caught in the same position where we're fighting multiple enemies at the same time. We kind of struggle to secure kills here, but luckily the Neon will slide at us. We can take her out and E out on just 12 HP, managing to survive. Now that our Sky has healed us up, we can then re-enter the fight to try to secure more souls. We can blind, run towards them, our Sky will hopefully clear angles for us. We can go left, see the enemy, take one out, heal, that's another orb for us. Here's another example of a drive-by, and I'm just really confused as to why people didn't think they were cars, because that's obviously a drive-by within a vehicle. Then we can take out another enemy using our E to close the distance before taking out another enemy. I find it kind of ironic that Hanukkah falls during Christmas this year, since, you know, Jesus was the reason for Christianity's founding, and, you know, the Jews kind of, well... Anyway, our goal is still to get some souls, and this sick double kill definitely does not hurt. We can pick up 1 soul before ulting, picking up the second one, and then we see a 3rd enemy where we can take him out and pick up the 3rd soul of the round. Just remember that just because you lost the battle doesn't mean you lost the war. Even though we lose this round, we still manage to pick up a soul and a kill in the process, which in my opinion is a small victory. Catching enemies off guard is a sure way to get souls. We jump up here, secure a kill, which secures the soul, and then we can sneak up for using our E to get out, and then definitely not re-engaging and getting killed by one of them. You know, I honestly just think Sage is kind of confused, because she keeps using Resurrection when we're talking about Hanukkah right now. It just really doesn't make sense. I just don't really get it. Having full health in this game is super important, so even if an enemy doesn't hit you for a lot, healing up still might be the best plan. And in this case, we just wise swing with our knife out, our enemy misses a shot, and then it's just a free kill. Just remember that the smart play isn't always the correct play. In this case, we want to be as aggressive as possible so we get a soul, and even though they smoke, we can still push forward to try to secure more. This also gives us better positioning to catch the enemy off guard, where we can hide in a corner, hide behind a smoke, the Yoru flashes so we can get a free kill on Omen. We can take another soul, and they peek, and we get a free ace, and that is how you get 2 free souls every single round. Pushing up on defense is a secure way to get souls. We can secure one here, and then we know that they're in spawn, and we can do yet another drive-by, which I still don't understand why people don't believe they existed back then, because that's 3 examples. Through pure aim and skill, we're able to pick up the first kill, and then we can heal all the way back up to full HP before another guy peeks, and we can use, again, pure aim and skill to one-tap him and secure another orb. I don't know why, but my aim has been absolutely on point. With this one tap, we can then heal up again before we can then push down, and I'm just going to let myself speak for this round. So after that last round's sort of failure, we're able to pick up a kill over on the A site, secure an orb, and since we're in our ult, we have a high probability of getting more than just 2 souls. We spot that all the enemies are back site, and we start making our way towards them. We can flash out to blind the enemies before pushing farther up to our chamber trip, and then we can then start wide swinging, taking out enemies and easily escaping. We had some nice shots. The Rey's ult hits us, but we're able to E away, heal back up, secure another kill, and that's another orb before finally pushing up on the Sage towards yellow, seeing her, hitting every shot once more, because just our aim has been absolutely on point recently, and there's more orbs. We find ourselves in a clutch situation where we can take out Sage and reposition with our E, which is another soul. Then we know that Rey's double door, so we go to fight her. Unfortunately, we don't get the spray transfer through the doors, but we know she's low, so we push through, and then we can take her out for another soul. As we make our way towards the B site, Chamber TP's up so we can take him out. Then we know they're all over B, and you can call me Moses because I'm splitting B apart. We jump over this wall, take out Rey's for another kill, then we take out Sage again, and there's only one more left. But unfortunately, the only thing that's burning is the burning bush, because I know for a fact that I'm not heating up because I suck. Pistol rounds are usually a good way to collect souls because the enemies usually don't have shields. As you can see here, we're able to take out the Reyna and heal all the way back up to full, leaving us higher than all the other enemies. Another player peeks out and there's another kill. We don't necessarily need to take this soul because there's no enemies around us, but we can push farther into spawn where we hear more enemies. We know there's more, we turn around and Chamber somehow is lurking in the smoke, and we can take yet another soul and heal all the way back up. After getting a kill, we can pop our ult to take a soul, and this looks like a huge probability of getting a high amount of souls. Since we're the only player on our team that is left alive with 4 enemy players left, this leaves us with a lot of opportunity. And some people like to call Hanukkah the Festival of Lights, and I'd be inclined to agree, because I am absolutely lighting up this entire enemy team. As you can see, we continue to just run right through them, leaving us in another 1v1 where we can win the round in a 4v1 situation. We can catch 2 enemies off guard while getting a soul, and then we can make our way over to the A site where we see another enemy planting, take them out, and then E away. See another enemy posted up on Jen, kill him, and now we're in a 3v1 situation where we can help our team defuse by protecting the planter. As always, your E is always a useful tool to get out of narrow situations. We can take 2 enemies out, and there's 2 more, so we can use our E to get out of garage. Then we can reposition ourselves and pick up another kill, and that would be another soul. Superior positioning is also a great way to collect souls, as Jen has no idea where we are, and we are then able to reposition back to Jen. We can then catch more enemies off guard in A main, hitting a couple nice shots, and using our E to reposition in and out. Take out the turret, take out yet another enemy before running forward towards main to use the orb as a way to gather information on where the last enemy is. And finally, a nice headshot will allow us to heal almost our entire health back before attempting to retake the site. We can blind out, take out another enemy, which will get us to full HP before we can start clearing the site. We hear one guy that is eventually going to go heaven, and we try to catch him off guard by playing under, jumping up and taking him out, which does work even with the sound cue. Then we can reposition. We know the last guy's A main, reload our gun, and finally we take him out for a clutched round, which gives us a whole lot of souls. Anti-Semitism will absolutely not fly, especially not during Hanukkah. And I'm going to teach you guys an acronym to help you guys avoid this. But to do that, we need 4 enemy players as sacrifices in order to represent the 4 letters of this acronym. So here we go. We can catch one enemy off guard by killing him in kitchen. Then we peek out and see another one. We can E back in. We know that there are 2 more players, so we can peek out, wide swing, kill another guy, E back under. Then we can find the 4th one for our 4th sacrifice of the round. Our first letter of the acronym is M, which stands for make sure you're aware of who's around you when you're making jokes. The A stands for anti-Semitism is bad, which I feel like, it's a pretty obvious statement. The S stands for stay away from World War II jokes because those never go well. And finally, the last letter of our acronym is T, which stands for talk it out if you wind up making an offensive joke. If you do make an offensive joke, make sure you always talk it out and make sure that the other person knows that you didn't mean whatever you said. And these 4 things all spell out the word MAST, which is our acronym for anti-Semitism and how to avoid it. I hope this has been a very informative lesson, and now, back to Valorant. Honestly, I have no more words anymore. Like, the drive-bys just keep increasing, and people just keep doubting that they actually existed, but the evidence is just apparent, and if you're a non-believer, then I don't know what to tell you at this point. But there's 2 more souls, so... And that will do it. That was 75 orbs, so I believe now we have saved Hanukkah, right? Wait. I never actually added any plot into this video, did I? Oh, shit.